Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am AmalgamAsh, and this is a very special episode of Is It Worth It? There's a microphone that I've been wanting for a long time, sort of, and I've kind of really wanted this microphone. I'm talking as if you didn't already see what microphone it was. It's going to be in the title and in the thumbnail, for crying out loud. That's right, I'm talking about the Yeti X from Blue, the World of Warcraft Edition. This box is rough. I bought this second-hand off of an eBay seller. I did decide, as per usual, that I wasn't going to pay full price for something brand new when I can just get it gently used for significantly cheaper, and that is what I encourage anybody who wants to buy this microphone to consider doing. Now, this claims on the box and probably in its product description online to be professional streaming USB mic with blue voice. It also claims World of Warcraft games not included. It's blue voice and Discord certified. Woohoo! Blue voice transforms your voice to sound like a character right out of Azeroth. Hundreds of HD audio samples from Shadowlands and the World of Warcraft universe. Custom World of Warcraft design provides a powerful on-stream aesthetic, enhanced blue voice broadcast vocal effects, including custom presets. Blah, blah, blah. I got this because it's got 4 pickup patterns, and I've always wanted a microphone that gave me options for my pickup patterns. So this, for those of you who don't know what pickup patterns are, the classification for how a microphone picks up sound directionally and its sensitivity to sound based on how the microphone is oriented. Basically, I'll be able to show you examples and the differences with the microphone, but it allows you to use the microphone in a variety of different contexts. And that's a bit ironic, because if you want a good microphone for podcasts or for YouTube videos, you won't use this microphone. You actually, if you are going for high-end professional work, you're not going to use what's called a condenser microphone. You're going to probably want to get a dynamic microphone, which rather than being powered through USB, is powered by an external power source, 48 volts, something a USB drive can't really handle. So it's worth looking into, but you basically have 2 overarching types of microphones. You basically have dynamic and condenser, and the condensers are the ones that are put onto the ends of headsets, and they're the podcast microphones. They're the ones that everybody uses. When you go to Walmart, that's the one you're going to see. The dynamic microphone is probably the one you want if you are aiming for that top quality. So it's a bit weird that they continue to market condenser microphones towards the podcast and streaming audience. But hey, it fits perfectly into the is it worth it purpose, which is, can you trust the marketing stink? And the answer is always no. But anyway, all right, so we've already opened the box. But just so you know what's inside, a second box. I could have spent $5 less and not gotten a box, but I wanted the box. I'm not sure why. Inside you get this nice foam coffin for your microphone. So that opens up, very, very protective. Throw it on the ground, and we'll never look at that again. Time to show you what the microphone looks like on my desktop. So this is the Fifine K669B, I think, in rose color. This is a microphone I have predominantly used for a long time in my videos. The only other microphone that I have used was the Surf On microphone. This beast is the blue Yeti X World of Warcraft Edition. It is a handsome presentation. It is quite heavy, and it is much bigger. Although the aberration of my lens doesn't really do it justice, it is significantly bigger than my Fifine. Okay, so you can see that it has an audio indicator on the front around what is a dial, and if you just quickly press this, you get a red ring, and it's letting you know that your audio is muted. Press it again to enable the audio. Long press, and we get some options. I have actually turned the input gain all the way up to the top because I'm going to be comparing this microphone with the Fifine, and so I have the Fifine turned all the way up as well. We hold it in again, we get what I assume is... I actually have no idea. I would have to look this up. I have no idea what this setting is. Turning the microphone around, it's a bit hard to see the symbols, but there are 4 pickup patterns. We have a bidirectional, we have an omnidirectional, we have a cardioid, and we have stereo. So I'm going to quickly explain the differences between these. Your bidirectional pickup pattern means that, and by the way, we're not using this just yet, we're still talking into the Fifine, but your bidirectional means that you're going to have 2 cone shapes, which are kind of more like heart shapes, in the direct front and direct back of the microphone. And so if you are talking from the front or back, the microphone should be able to pick it up equally. And that is ideal for if you're doing one-on-one interviews in your office, at a desk, whatever. I don't do that kind of content just yet, so I probably won't use this very often, but we'll still take a look at it, or take a listen rather. This is omnidirectional, and that means the polar pattern is picking up everything around it. A lot of condenser microphones you get are either going to be omnidirectional or they're going to be cardioid. This picking up everything means that it's picking up sounds around the sides of the microphone, background noise, ambient whirs, hums, your neighbor's dog, the fighter jets overhead. This is it's sort of a butt symbol, but it's meant to be a heart. It's the cardioid pickup pattern. It's supposed to be heart-shaped. This pickup pattern, polar pattern, same thing I guess, projects sort of a heart-shaped cone in front of the microphone, and this is the pattern most condenser microphones have. This is the polar pattern that the Fifine has. It works best when it's a little off-axis, but it needs to capture sound kind of directly in front of it. Doesn't mean you need to speak directly to it, because it'll pick up all of your breath wind. I said breath wind. I really said breath wind while I was reviewing this microphone. Your breath wind, ladies and gentlemen. Last polar pattern is stereo. I have tested this one out. You can speak directly into the front or to the left or to the right, and if you are listening to your playback, the left and right are individually sensitive. So you speak more on the left side, you'll hear more in the left side of your headset or speaker setup, what have you. And if you speak more into the right side, same thing. This is the kind of polar pattern you would use for things like ASMR. I'm not going to be doing ASMR videos, but it's nice to have the option. The last thing I'm going to show you is the bottom. You have a nice bottom of the microphone. Get your mind out of the gutter. Threaded 5/8 of an inch. I think that's called screw type for things like stands. My Fifine microphone currently sits on a tripod that has that, so you don't have to use the big chunky stand, but I really, really like the stand, so I'm probably just going to keep it on there. And you have headphone monitoring jack, so you can plug headphones in and listen to how you sound. Now it's time for some sound tests. So what I'm going to do is compare this microphone to my Fifine K669B, and I'm just going to say a line. I actually have both microphones recording at the same time. You're only hearing the Fifine right now, though, but I'm going to say something, and I'll just indicate whether or not you are listening to the Fifine or the blue Yeti X WoW Edition. And by the way, the blue Yeti X has 4 capsules. A typical Yeti X has 3. That's why I wanted the WoW Edition. It's one practical reason to have this particular version. I didn't actually get it because I'm a World of Warcraft player. I have played World of Warcraft. I do enjoy playing Ascension, Classic WoW, but I'm not a hardcore WoW player. You could just as easily replace all of the motifs and themes of this microphone with Final Fantasy XIV, and I would be ecstatic over that. So this is just me, unfiltered, raw, no filter, no After Effects, no noise cancellation, nothing. I'm just speaking, and you're getting all of the raw tones and spit, and I'm going to swallow. That sounds bad. So this is just me, unfiltered, raw, no filter, no After Effects, no noise cancellation, nothing. I'm just speaking, and you're getting all of the raw tones and spit, and I'm going to swallow. That sounds bad. So, this is me just speaking. There are no filters. There is no post-processing. I don't even think I'm going to be changing the volume. I'm just speaking into the microphone. And that is what this sounds like. I'll put the microphone that you are hearing, the name of it, on the screen. So, this is me just speaking. There are no filters. There is no post-processing. I don't even think I'm going to be changing the volume. I'm just speaking into the microphone. And that is what this sounds like. I'll put the microphone that you are hearing, the name of it, on the screen. Okay, we are testing the Cardioid polar pattern. I'm just speaking. The microphones are both in front of me. They are both slightly off axis. I'm not applying any filter to what I'm doing. There's not going to be any post-processing to my audio in Adobe Premiere or anything else. This is just the raw audio. Okay, we are testing the Cardioid polar pattern. I'm just speaking. The microphones are both in front of me. They are both slightly off axis. I'm not applying any filter to what I'm doing. There's not going to be any post-processing to my audio in Adobe Premiere or anything else. This is just the raw audio. Okay, I'm going to be doing a little bit more speaking, but this time you're going to be hearing either the Fifine K669B or you're going to be hearing the Yeti X World of Warcraft Edition, but you're going to be hearing the stereo polar pattern selected. Okay, I'm going to be doing a little bit more speaking, but this time you're going to be hearing either the Fifine K669B or you're going to be hearing the Yeti X World of Warcraft Edition, but you're going to be hearing the stereo polar pattern selected. Alright, and now we are going to just talk a little bit more, unfiltered, no effects applied at all. You are either hearing the Fifine K669B or you are hearing the blue Yeti X in its bi-directional polar pattern. Alright, and now we are going to just talk a little bit more, unfiltered, no effects applied at all. You are either hearing the Fifine K669B or you are hearing the blue Yeti X in its bi-directional polar pattern. Okay, you are either hearing now my voice, unfiltered, no effects, no compression, nothing like that at all, through the cardioid pickup of the Fifine, or you are hearing it through the Yeti X, the omnidirectional pickup. So you can hear the differences between those two. Okay, you are either hearing now my voice, unfiltered, no effects, no compression, nothing like that at all, through the cardioid pickup of the Fifine, or you are hearing it through the Yeti X, the omnidirectional pickup. So you can hear the differences between those two. Okay, and now we're just going to speak into both microphones. Both of them are still positioned off axis. Both of them are still turned with their gain all the way up to the top. And this time you're going to be hearing only the cardioid polar pattern of both microphones, but I have applied my usual compression and limiter and noise cancellation. So this is actually what they sound like when you have the exact same filters applied in Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, and now we're just going to speak into both microphones. Both of them are still positioned off axis. Both of them are still turned with their gain all the way up to the top. And this time you're going to be hearing only the cardioid polar pattern of both microphones, but I have applied my usual compression and limiter and noise cancellation. So this is actually what they sound like when you have the exact same filters applied in Adobe Premiere Pro. Alright, I hope that was educational and or entertaining. It's a bit more casual and laid back than most of the Blue Yeti X videos that I've seen. Maybe you learned something about sound in general today, and I wanted to do this in kind of a quick video. I didn't really want to overwhelm anybody, although I guess that could have been an overwhelming amount of information. If I like what I hear while I'm editing, it means that I'm going to switch to the Blue Yeti, and the Fifine will finally get not retired. I will actually be handing it over to Shar, who is currently using my Surf On podcast microphone, and she could definitely use the upgrade. So there is that. So anyways, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for coming along. Remember, I keep all of my stuff pretty transparent. I like to share the equipment that I use, how much that I spent. I can't tell you if this microphone was worth the $85 price tag, but I can definitely tell you it is worth getting secondhand versus getting it new. You don't have to get it new. You can pick it up secondhand, and that's it. So, yeah, judge the sound quality for yourself. The Fifine is only about $30 these days, I think, for the one that I have, the exact same microphone. So you decide if the sound quality and the price makes sense. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, bye for now.